is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. This is episode 19. I'm here with my co-host, Danny Cole. I'm Antonio Perez. We got a great episode for you guys today. Lots of NBA to talk about. It's been a wild week in the NBA with the conference finals wrapping up and my Boston Celtics making the NBA finals. Huge stuff. We're going to be getting into, of course, the recaps of the conference finals and the finals preview. And then we are going to be getting into a Take the Skyline segment, NBA Hall of Fame edition, but there's a twist to it. But we'll get to that when we get there. Before we get into our summits and plummets for the week, Danny, I got to ask you, man, how are you doing today?
Great day. Too much traffic on the way home from work, but we're here. We're living.
Real. The traffic on the way and back to the gym, insane. It was so bad.
Imagine that times 5. It's always real bad, man.
Getting into the summits and plummets. I'll go first this week. I'm gonna start with my summit. My summit is Johnny Depp. I don't know too many actors. I'm not like a super duper movie guy, but one of my favorite movies is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Don't attack me, old people, please. I know there's 2 different movies. I'm pretty sure the newer one is called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Not 100% sure. But yeah, that was the first movie I saw Johnny Depp in, and I loved it, and I loved him ever since. I also have Pirates of the Caribbean and all that. He won his, defamation case against Amber Heard. So that's great for him. I don't know much about the situation, so I mean, I don't know if he's actually in the wrong, right, whatever. But I'm happy to hear someone that I like beat the case, as they would say. So yeah, very happy for him. What's your summit for the week, Danny?
My summit for the week is really gonna go a very hard way. The New York Rangers in hockey.
Oh they got that game. They won that game 7.
2 game 7s this year.
Kind of like the
Boston Celtics.
Kind of like those Boston Celtics.
Yeah, they won.
They're in the finals, so I mean the Rangers.
The Rangers have basically the Eastern Conference Finals. They're playing the Lightning, the best team in hockey. It's going to be a heck of a series. I think game 1's tonight. So let's just see how they do.
Yeah. We're recording this Wednesday, and it's obviously going to drop right after we record this. We usually drop around 1 p.m. or noon, but schedules didn't align. So we're recording now. Better late than never. Danny, just keep rolling. What's your plummet for the week?
My plummet for the week. Everyone on the Miami Heat except for Jimmy Butler.
How did you know I was going to say that? Why would you do that? Now you have to ramble, so I can think of a backup one.
So everyone on the Heat have really played atrociously, and that team, I'm convinced, would not have made the playoffs without Jimmy Butler.
Maybe an 8th. Maybe is an 8th seed because they just got dogs.
They're
those are regulars.
They're clearly 6, 7, 8 seed though without Jimmy Butler. It's really
they're probably a play-in team. We can agree on that. They're probably a play-in team.
They might have a chance at playoffs, but I don't think they're bona fide.
Yeah, they're.
It's about time Jimmy gets his top 10 respect. He not top 5, but he's top 10.
I think so. He'd have to be a 10. If he's not there, he's probably like 11 or 12. But I agree. Jimmy, he played phenomenal this series. And, credit to him. If anyone's questioning whether that was a bad shot that he took near the end of the game, I'll tell you this. There's not a single Celtics fan out there who thought that wasn't going in. All of us thought that. Everyone thought that was going in.
I was scared for the Celtics. I thought
that was going in. We were about to blow a 15-point lead with 2 minutes. That's insane. I thought that was going to go in. I personally thought that was a good shot. I mean, sure, he could have put it on the deck. He only had Al Horford in front of him. I mean, Jaylen Brown was closing in. Who has stopped this man at the rim all series? So, but it is what it is. He felt confident in that shot. He's been the best at virtually everything on offense and defense this season. Now, my plummet. It's not the players of the Miami Heat specifically. It's anyone who's trying to crack a roster. Anyone who has not made the cut for the Heat in the last couple of years because of Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem, he's a good guy. Like let's not get it twisted. He was a huge role on those Miami championship teams with LeBron, but roughly the last 5 years he's done nothing. Great locker room guy, I guess, but why not just give him a coaching role? Because of his name, he's taking up a roster spot, and Miami clearly is great at developing talent. Duncan Robinson, Max Strus. They got all these later second round to undrafted guys. You could pick up another one of them and work with them and develop them like you have with everyone else. But no, you're wasting a roster spot on someone who gets 0 minutes a game. It's just, honestly, that's not an L on those players. The plummet is the Miami organization for just allowing that. Yeah, all you got to do is be like, yo, we're not going to keep paying you to take up a roster spot, but we'll pay you to take up a spot on the bench as an assistant coach, and you can still do what you're doing. You just aren't allowed to do pregame warmups. That's it.
He might be able to actually. As an assistant coach, he might be able to do pregame warmups.
No, I mean, yeah, he could get a little. What's he going to do? Work on his post moves? I don't know.
Might.
But getting into the conference finals recaps, little break. Let's take a little break from Boston and Miami. At this time last week, the Mavericks won Game 4. They were heading into Game 5. Not much expectation there. We didn't see the Celtics lose, or not. We didn't see the Warriors losing at Chase Center. We can both agree on that. And Danny, you actually hit on your prediction
for both.
Yes, you did for both. But I was off one game for the Warriors. But Danny saw the vision. With your prediction in 5, obviously. You could look at it, just the Warriors were like the more stacked team. Was there something that like stuck out to you about the Warriors? Like, was anything hitting different, or they just looked like them same old Warriors?
It's not the Warriors. It was the Mavericks. The fact that the Mavericks played their best basketball and barely beat the Suns scared me.
I feel that. Yeah. And we discussed how it's like Luka playing Devin Booker and Chris Paul. That's 2 good players, but Luka's easily better than both. But trying to play Steph Curry, who's a guy who he's arguably you guys are either the same level or he's probably better than you, or you're better than him barely. Whatever. They're both in that top 5 range, right? But then that other top 5 players got Klay Thompson, and he's got Draymond, he's got Poole, he's got Kevon Looney. What you gonna do with Kevon Looney if you got no center? What you gonna do against anybody if you have no center? So that's where the Mavs lack.
They're splashing at the pool party, man.
Yes, they are. And Jason Kidd made a good point. He was like, the Warriors were playing outstanding zone defense because they can't guard him one-on-one. They can't guard Luka one-on-one. I don't think there's a lot of people who can do that. And that's what makes me excited for the finals. You have a great zone defense team who can occasionally go man-to-man. The Celtics, they literally switch everything. They believe their 5 guys can guard all of your 5 guys.
And I'm not going to lie to you.
Everything.
It might not happen in this series. Some game. I think it's going to happen some games.
It depends on the lineup we run. It depends on the lineup the Celtics run. But we'll talk about that in a moment. I want to talk about Miami and Boston. I've seen a lot of Miami and Boston series. 2011, 2012, 2020, and now 2022. Every single one of them have been absolutely phenomenal. I think this is an underrated rivalry in the NBA.
I agree. They had those when LeBron was on Miami. They had those Christmas Day games.
Yep, the Christmas Day. I mean, we went Game 7. LeBron became LeBron James essentially in that Game 6 in Boston. It was like, you're either going to win this game or you're just going to be one of those guys who couldn't get it done. But here's the thing. He performed Game 6. You still had to go win a game. That's the thing about, like, so Jimmy and the Heat win in Game 6. They take all the momentum and nothing happens with it because, Boston goes down, Miami handles business. And that's the difference between remembering them Game 6s. I mean, sure, I will personally remember Jimmy's Game 6 forever. That was one of the best games I've ever seen by a basketball player.
Game 7 might have been better. Game 7 might have been better.
His game 7.
I think
his game 6 was more impressive because absolutely no one else showed up. Not
that
like
true.
Guys were hitting shots. Like Oladipo was hitting his shots. Lowry, Strus were hitting their shots. But like no one else had like 20. Like no one else. It wasn't like Jimmy and this dude cooked. It's not like how Brown and Tatum cooked. It was just Jimmy.
What I'll say is, I kind of wanted Jimmy to drive there. I don't think the Celtics are in the finals right now if Jimmy drove. My reasoning is this. The Heat had so much momentum. If they went to overtime, I didn't see them losing.
Put it in the eyes of Jimmy Butler. He didn't want to go to overtime. How, like Kevin Durant. Remember when Kevin Durant, you're like, oh, what if his foot was like a step behind? Well, it wasn't.
What if the foot was an inch smaller?
Yeah, but it wasn't. He went to OT. He went 0-for-5. He was tired. And that could have easily happened to Jimmy Butler. But yeah. Moving on to the finals. We have Celtics Warriors, first time since 1954.
You might as well say first time ever.
Or 1964. Sorry. It was Bill versus Wilt. This time we got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown versus the Splash Bros, Draymond Green, Jordan Poole. This is just going to be like an outstanding matchup. I personally, I think this is going to be the best finals since 2016. But I think this should be the most anticipated finals since, I'm going to be honest, I don't even know. Like, how, I guess maybe LeBron versus the Spurs the first time.
I disagree.
I don't care.
Thunder versus LeBron James.
No one thought the Thunder were going to win. If you thought the Thunder were going to win, you're stupid.
But it should have been like. But if you look at it now,
it was a 24-year-old KD, who's the best player on the team against prime LeBron, like peak LeBron. Like I don't know. I'm glad people only hold finals losses against LeBron, because like if I was a ridiculous LeBron stan, I would go in on Kevin Durant for losing that series, but you don't, because you're not supposed to. Because he's 24. No one holds that loss against him. So it's like, I don't know. I guess as that was an anticipated head-to-head matchup, I think. Like you got the league's best scorer and against the league's best player. I do understand that one. But in terms of like team to team, these teams, best 2 defensive ratings in the league, 106.9 each, and they do it different ways. One side's got the experienced stars. I'll tell you this. The team with the most, the duo with the most wins since 2018 in the playoffs, Steph and Clay, they got 41. Mind you, they missed 2 years, or it might be a 42 at this point, I believe. But I digress. The only duo behind them, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they have 38. So we're looking at 2 of the best playoff duos in the past 4 or 5 seasons, and that's something to really look forward to.
The best series since this series probably got to go to the Cavs and the Warriors with Kyrie and Kevin Love. That block by James.
Yeah, I agree.
That's probably best since maybe one of LeBron's prime years, or maybe even one of Kobe's runs. I don't know.
Obviously, biggest Celtics series since that 2010 series that they blew the 3-2 lead to Kobe and Powell and all of them. I'm really excited. As a basketball fan, as a Celtics fan, obviously. I want to hear your prediction. A lot of sites are making the Warriors underwhelming underdogs, but I simply just don't think that's the case. I think the Warriors should be favored.
The Warriors are favorites, I believe, in most betting books.
In most, like ESPN, like BPI has them like a 14% chance of winning the series. I'm like, why are y'all setting up this Steph Curry propaganda? Like, that is insanity. It's not true. It's simply not true. The Warriors should be favorited. They got the experience. It's going to be huge. Both the teams are only running about 7-8 man
Okay.
rotations. That's all you're going to need.
The Warriors open as minus 155
Yeah,
favorites.
they were 160 the other day, I believe.
So they open at 155 today.
Okay.
So
I don't know what happened between now and then, but
not much. Probably just the people are spending more money on the other side. That's the way betting books work. It's supposed to be 50-50 on each side.
Yeah.
But I would say, although the Warriors are favorites, I'm taking the team to do something that very few have done, is winning 3 Game 7s. I think the Celtics will win 3 Game 7s.
And I agree. I don't think I don't know if any team can win without having to take 3 losses first.
I think if a team were to win without taking 3 losses, it would be the Warriors. And that's not disrespect to the Celtics. It's just kind of respecting the Warriors' firepower and saying that, like, damn, Steph Curry could really just go for 40 each night, and that you can't do anything about that.
No, I definitely get it. I see your vision. I just think the Celtics are them guys. Like, the Celtics, it's weird because right before the conference finals, every time you got the one team that's been sitting there for a minute, like, oh, like, come on, we're waiting. And then you got the other team that's thugging it out. But I'm just going to keep it simple. The Miami Heat are a better team than the Dallas Mavericks. And sure, Luka's better than Jimmy, but I think you're a fool to tell me anyone in these conference finals has been playing better than Jimmy Butler.
Here's my thing.
Jimmy Butler is shouldering his team. It's a tough guy to beat.
If I'm going to compare this to football, the Warriors are giving me Chiefs vibes, and the Celtics are giving me Tampa Bay Buccaneer vibes.
I feel 2 very full teams, but one maybe getting ahead of themselves. I don't know. I don't think they're getting ahead of themselves.
I don't know if they're getting. They haven't
been glamorous about it, but
think about that. The Bucks had those stammering defense, and I mean it's a different sport, but
they had an answer for the electrifying quarterback, the electrifying point guard. I don't know how well we're actually going to defend Steph Curry, but I say he thinks he's on the team moment, but I'm going Celtics in 7.
That's my pick.
That's your pick. All right.
Okay,
Danny's yet to been wrong again on the Celtics. So
I have yet to be wrong. I think I've actually gotten like 6 or 7 series right in the playoffs, which is insane because I would have made
Danny's on fire.
A lot of money.
Danny is on fire, I must admit. He's picked Bucks and 5s against the Bulls, Celtics in 7 against the Bucks, Celtics in 7 against the Heat. I don't remember what you picked.
Sixers I got.
You got Sixers and 6. You hit on a lot of them. Yeah, Danny's been on fire. So
I also missed pretty badly though.
If you're a betting man, listen to him.
I picked the Hawks. Remember?
Yeah, that was rough, but that was only your only bad miss, and you went for 7. It didn't seem like a confident pick. It was more like we're rocking with Trey. That's cool though, because I was rocking with Trey too, but I knew the Heat was going to get the ass out of there.
Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah.
All right. My Finals MVP pick is Jason Tatum. Danny takes a sneezing intermission. Finals MVP pick. I'm going with Tatum. Are you going to go with Brown? You're going to go with Tatum. Sneezing intermission again. Dark horse Finals MVP candidate outside of the guys, Marcus Smart, because he might get it Iggy style. Because remember how Iggy held LeBron to 35, 11, and 6 or something like that? If Smart makes Steph and then he averages like 15 and 10, like 15 points, 10 assists,
bro,
they might do it. They might give it
like he did against here's my thing. This is Tatum's award. Like, they're not going to give it to anybody else.
Yeah. All Tatum has to do is get average 25 and 10,
Like,
which is what he normally does.
I think the team's going to give it to him. Like the league will not let it be not his award unless he plays really poorly.
Adam
But
Silver's got agendas.
I'm going to tell you this very well, but my pick is Marcus Smart if it's not Tatum.
That's valid. I mean,
I don't
Brown.
think
Don't sleep on Brown, but like, yeah,
I'm not sleeping on Brown, but man, like you said, it could be like the Iggy way. Smart, oh my God, what he's done. Like, I don't know the way if he drops 24, 9, and 10 again, like,
yeah. That was a big game. Moving on to a take the line segment, take the Skyline segment. We did this before with NFL quarterbacks who are on the hot seat this year, and we're gonna do an NBA Hall of Fame edition. The catch here is that it's not pro basketball Hall of Fame standards; it's NFL Hall of Fame standards. It's a little bit harder. There are guys who are simply on the edge of that, and in the pro basketball Hall of Fame, easy. But with harder standards, got to look at it. We're definitely going to look into it. Starting with one, who I've been praising all episode, Jimmy Butler. Would he make it with the NFL?
No, never.
And no you know what? I agree, and it's such a shame because he's got some All NBA teams. He's got some All Defense. He's got no rings. He's got no MVPs. I don't think he's got a Most Improved.
No, he had no hardware. Like, his hardware is not there, and it's just like, Jimmy, like, you're great. You've played great. You've played and made an impact on every single team that you've been on, but you just can't do it if it's on the NFL standards. It's kind of unfair. He's one of those players that, like, you'd probably be like, damn, he deserves it, but he won't get it.
Nah, I definitely feel that. And I'd have to agree. The hardware isn't there. He's got a couple All-Stars, All-NBA, but I just don't know if that's enough. But yeah, his impact is on teams, no doubt. I hope, but I mean, I think he will eventually get in, but he has to like keep moving forward, keep picking up.
He'll get with NBA standards.
Pro basketball, yeah,
he'll coast right into that.
Agree. Yeah, definitely. Moving on to another one who's always a hot topic is Damian Lillard. And I don't know how I feel about it. He's in the same boat, but he is a better basketball player than Jimmy Butler. And,
yes,
he's one of the great and he's one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. I guess it's all I don't know. I guess it's all up for
Here's my question, right? You think Matt Ryan has a chance of making
That's a good comparison. I think that's a good comparison. I think
Matt Ryan has an MVP though, but like he shouldn't have won that year. He should not have won that MVP. It's Tom Brady's award. It was Tom Brady's award that year.
That's saying something coming from this Steelers fan right here who despises Tom Brady with every fiber of his being. No, so if he says Brady should have won it, Brady should have won it.
I despise the Patriots. I've learned to appreciate Tom Brady when he's not on the Patriots just because he wasn't beating my team every year.
Can't agree. He beat my team in the playoffs, so I'm biased.
But Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the dude named Matt Ryan, there's a dude named Matt Ryan on the
Celtics, and he's getting a fucking ring this year.
He's getting a ring. He's getting a ring.
He's getting a ring for sure. Bro, funny thing, he was signed on 3/28. He was signed on March 28th. So 3/28.
That's crazy.
You can't make that up. But yeah, Damian Lillard, Hall of Famer. He's not taking the Skyline. He's staying on the Summit. And Jimmy Butler is taking the Skyline, unfortunately, for now. Just for now. And then we got one more popular one that people like to talk about is Draymond Green, who's the opposite of these dudes. He's got all the hardware, but where is all NBA teams? I think he might have one. I'm not sure, but he's got the all defenses, but he's not like this decorated like score. Like he's not necessarily great at anything. He's just good at a lot of things. He's not a good scorer though. But,
yeah, I mean, going back to Tom Brady, he had 3,500 yards and 28 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions in 12 games. That's insane. Like, that is insane. He had 28 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in 12 games.
So realistically, Matt Ryan doesn't have anything to put him in the Hall of Fame.
I mean,
well, he's got it, so it's not like, I say he did win it.
But, yeah. Doesn't anyway, Dame have a season he could have won? Doesn't Dame have a season he could have won MVP? Like he was.
Fuck no! Hell no!
Like he was like borderline top 5 player, right?
Nah, not at one point was he ever close to being a top 5 player.
I mean,
for the full length of Damian Lillard's prime, there was LeBron James, KD, Kawhi Leonard. That was the top 3, no matter how you want to shake it. And then there's Steph Curry, so he's no better than the 5th best player, and James Harden.
Kyrie is probably better than him still.
That one's a little closer. I wouldn't hold that one against him. Embiid's been better than him ever since he came in the league. Jokic has been better than him for the last 3 years. Russ was better than him for a little bit as well. I agree. He was never a top 5 player. He was always around that 9, 10 area. Definitely not top 5 though. Top 5 guys for the whole prime. Hall of Famers.
Can Tatum break that area where Dame Lillard didn't?
Easily, yeah.
Okay.
He's a two-way. He's a two-way scoring wing, elite scorer at all 3 levels, and he could play make.
Yeah, and he has elite ball placement, like Daniel Jones.
Yes, elite ball placement, unlike Damian Lillard. But elite. Respect Damian Lillard. 2 GOAT to where 0. But to Draymond, would he be a Hall of Famer?
Draymond
is insanely tough. It's like an offensive lineman making the Hall of Fame. So I would agree.
He would.
That's like an old lineman making the Hall of Fame. So I'd have to agree.
It's like It's like a tight end who plays a pivotal role, has multiple rings. Mm-hmm. Actually, what I'll say is this: it's like Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker's gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
No, yeah, I like that a lot better because he's not called to score like a lot, but when he's out there, it's an automatic 3. When Draymond's out there, he's getting other people's shots, he's getting rebounds, guaranteed defense. I like that a lot. Actually,
Draymond plays his role really right, and I'm not gonna lie. When I'm watching TV, I don't think I've ever seen Justin Tucker miss a kick. So he plays his role.
No, I've never seen Justin Tucker miss a kick too, and that says something to you, considering you watch him at least 2 times a year.
I watch him more because I'm a Ravens hater.
I feel.
Sometimes you tune into the Cowboys, you're like, damn, are they winning or losing?
Every time I tune into the Cowboys, Dak Prescott is awful, and then he gets to the Eagles and he thinks he's
God.
Thinks he's that guy. Like, I'm so confused. But anyway, we're not talking NFL today. We're talking NBA, and how Draymond Green is Justin Tucker.
He really is Justin Tucker.
Does that mean Marcus Smart's like an Adam Vinatieri? Are glue guys the equivalent to kickers?
I mean, I think glue guys kind of are.
Alex Caruso is Jake Elliott. Confirmed. He's Chris Boswell.
Man, Chris Bosh was really who's Chris Bosh then? Because he was definitely Bosh.
Respect Chris Bosh now. Come on, he wasn't a glue guy. Glue guy for that team was Mario Chalmers.
I don't think they ever had a big 3. That's my hot take for the day.
Well, they did. It was just like the Cavs one, but when Bosh and Love got on the team, they had to become perimeter shooters. But not like they were awful at it. But
he was okay. But
Bosh got stuck in the corner, bro. Yeah.
Rebound Bosh out to James. Everyone knows what happened next.
Out to Tatum. Oh, but that's all we got for the episode, guys. Sorry for any noise in the background. This neighborhood has a lot of dogs, just like those Boston Celtics got a lot of dogs. And them boys are going to the finals. But thank everyone for tuning in. Use code Sideline for 10% off your order at In the Clutch. We'll be back next Wednesday. We're going to try to find a time to go live, maybe before one of the games. Before Game 3, though, belly up, we will be hosting a basketball super show for the NBA Finals. Going to be talking predictions, recaps, all that type of stuff for the finals. Make sure you guys tune in. I will be hosting it with Parker Ainsworth from Effin Sports. Make sure you guys go check that out. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, download. Very much appreciated. Danny, anything before we go?
Not really. Just stay tuned and listen in because the Boston Celtics will be NBA champions. Not next time we record, but 2 times they will be.
Heard it there first. Peace.